Good morning, my name is Caroline Hunt and I'm the Managing Director of Emerald Starfish. This is a short video really just to look at employer branding and as an SME what you should be doing to ensure that your employer branding is as good as it can be. Let me just share the screen with you. Okay, so this is what we want to look at is employer branding for SMEs. So what we're going to look at is really what it is and how we can make it work for smaller businesses. You know, it's something that larger organizations are investing an awful lot of money in, and it's something that's really important that you consider as well. So what is it? Basically, it's your organization's reputation as an employer. So this isn't about your products, it's not about the services, you know, what customers think about you. This is about what your current employees think about you, what your stakeholders think about you, and most importantly, from a recruitment perspective, what future employees or potential employees think about you as an organization and your reputation. And it encompasses everything you do, and you need to think about, you know, becoming an employer of choice. You know, there is an issue in terms of demand within the workplace. So I just want to move me across a little. Oops, that's what I wanted to do is move me there. It's about, you know, what you do in the workplace and everything that really creates the employee value proposition. And these include, I think it's about 6 points. So the first of which is, oh, there you go, they're all of them. So compensation, you know, so what are you going to pay people who come and work for you? What can you offer the staff, you know, and have a think about it. How does it relate to other companies? And the easiest comparison is, what's your compensation package like compared to a larger organization? And it's most likely to be less, but actually there are other things that you can offer, which can be related to some of these other things as well. So, you know, what else are you offering? You know, what about flexibility? What about bonuses? What about potential? That sort of thing. So corporate culture, you know, these are about your values. What as a company are important to you, and how do the candidates that are applying resonate with those? How can you show them what your values are, and how can you interview people that fit within your values? Because if people don't fit within your values, they will feel like a fish out of water. They will feel like that, and they'll never quite fit, however good they are at doing the jobs. So your EVP also includes things like your job security. You know, what are your risk factors? How are you performing in the current economic climate? What about history? You know, what stories and messages can you tell candidates about this? The number 4 one is work environment. So, you know, where will people be working? Will they be based from home? Will they be based from the office? How can you showcase where they're going to be to make sure that they are that they understand kind of what the working environment is? You know, what equipment do you provide for them? You know, kind of what's the team like? All of these are really important around your branding piece. Number 5, think about the career opportunities that you can offer. Quite often within an SME, that's quite difficult to showcase, but that's fine. You know, what skills can they develop, you know, to take and then move on? Or, you know, what things are they going to value that you can offer them? And that's important. And then the final thing is the whole kind of insights bit. You know, what is it really like to work for your organization? What are people saying about you? Why do they like working for you? What are the negatives? So that's kind of what you want to be thinking about when you think about your employee value proposition. So I've got 3 simple tips really in terms of quick wins to improve your employer branding. So the first thing to think about is how to improve your online presence and your company profile. So these days, candidates, it's so easy to research a candidate. You know, you can go on the website, but you can also look at things like your Indeed and your Glassdoor sites as well, social media accounts, all of these things. And you can expect candidates to do this level of research, particularly Generation Y and Generation Z. You know, they like reviews, they trust reviews. That's what they're looking for. But not just reviews, it's the messages that you're giving about your organisation and what it's like to work there. And therefore, these messages need to be as clear as they possibly can be and as positive as they can be as well. You need to make sure that there is information on the history of the company and the vision of the company. Where's it come from, or where's it going? You know, that kind of purposeful work is really important to candidates. You know, why should they come and work for you? What are you doing that is making the difference? What problem does your company really solve? And also have some way of showcasing that it is a positive culture and working environment to be among. The best way to do this is to have a video explaining what it's like to work for your company. So this isn't a video that shows shiny products and manufacturing processes. This is a video that shows people's stories, how they have progressed within the organisation, what they get from working for you, and that whole kind of piece around that that can make such a difference. So the second one, well, I have touched on this a bit, is to improve your online reviews. So the video from last week looked at the Indeed and Glassdoor in particular. So, you know, what is your presence like on these sites? Have you claimed your pages and are you managing them properly? And who is getting to say things about your organisation? You know, I really feel it's important that your company reviews are not by negative, disgruntled employees. They're from engaged people, or you are responding to the negative, disgruntled employees or ex-employees and explaining what changes you've made or how seriously you're taking what they're saying. One of the ways to balance your online reviews is to get people who are currently working for the organisation to write the reviews. That's far better and more accurate than somebody who's left the organisation for whatever reason. A really good way of phrasing it is, you know, we are doing recruitment at the moment for a new person in finance. I want people to understand what a great team we are to work with. Will any of you write reviews on Glassdoor and Indeed to showcase that, so we can get the best possible person to be part of this team? Those are the kind of messages that you want to do. And it diminishes that negative feedback if you've got some of that. And then the final thing is really to think about your social media strategy. So this is a longer term strategy, but candidates will go back and have a look. So have a think about things like Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. You know, we had a situation with one of our clients recently where the candidates, you know, the younger candidates, the first place they go to is Instagram. They wanted to see pictures and they wanted to see information about you know, what social activities there are within the company, what sort of things happen at the weekend, what sort of people are working there, and there wasn't anything. So to have a think about what you can show, but really your number one objective should be to showcase what a great place it is to work here. So think about, you know, things that you've done which have been successful for the company, any social activities and any training, and really shout about it and talk about it across the social media platforms so people can start to follow you and think what a great place it is for them to work. So that's my main 3 points, really. If you want some more information specifically about how you can improve your employer branding, please join me online for a strategy session. You can book these directly in my diary, and then rather than it being generic, we can look specifically at what you're doing, and I can get you an audit that looks at your Indeed and Glassdoor and gives you that feedback. So typically the sort of things that we're covering off at the moment in these sessions with our clients or potential clients or people who are just interested are job adverts and how to use job boards and how to make sure that you're giving the right message across there, how to manage your reviews, and how to improve your employer branding. The way to book onto a strategy session is you go onto the website, which is emerald-starfish.com, and access my diary, and you can book straight in there. So thank you very much for your time. I hope you found this useful. If you have any other questions or would like to contact me directly, please feel free to do so via the website. Thank you. Take care.